I think you can agree with me when I say getting dinner on the table can often take a huge effort. Like, seriously, some nights I can't even. But a new book by Milk Street called 365 is the all-purpose cookbook for every day of the year. J.M. Hirsch, Milk Street's editorial director, is back in the kitchen with us to make us a meal that is, you say, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Oh my gosh, we're going to cook it in real time on TV. This is not faked for TV.
No.
That's how fast and easy it is.
And that is difficult to do. So what are we making today?
All right, this is stir-fried beef with fresh herbs.
Okay.
Now, we're going to do it as lettuce cups. But if you'd rather, you can serve it over rice, you could serve it over noodles, whatever you like.
Choose your own adventure.
Precisely.
Okay, I like it.
We're easygoing. So we're going to start, we just have a little bit of neutral oil in our skillet, and we're going to add a pound of ground beef.
And you say neutral oil, it's because you don't want olive oil, you don't want coconut oil, you want something that's not going to share the flavor with the meat.
Correct.
Okay.
We don't want to compete with all the other flavors that are going on in here.
Right.
We also want an oil that can handle higher heat.
Yes.
Okay? And so we're just going to cook this. Now, if you would rather not use beef, you could use ground turkey.
Okay.
You could even use a vegetarian alternative.
Okay.
The key is you want a little bit of fat. So we're using 80% ground beef.
I was going to ask you what the mixture of it. So it's not 90-10 lean. It's,
correct. It's 80 to 85% lean. And that's because fat, let's face it, carries flavor.
Fat carries
flavor. So we're gonna,
And it's the good fat, right?
Exactly.
I always hear them say, but it's the good fat.
All fat is good.
It's not the saturated fat. Okay.
And so we're just going to saute this. No, I'm actually going to have you make the sauce.
I can do that. Okay.
Okay, so you have some soy sauce.
Okay.
And you're going to add that. You're going to whisk all of these together.
Can you use coconut aminos because soy doesn't always agree with me?
You can. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't tried it myself, but I think that would work fine.
Okay, and this is?
Some grated fresh ginger.
Oh, I love fresh ginger.
All right. And then you've got some sugar. Just to sweeten it up a little bit.
And that's like a teaspoon of sugar about?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're going to add some cornstarch because when this mix hits the pan, we want it to thicken up into a luxurious sauce.
I get you. I get you.
All right. And we're just going to brown our meat. Again, this comes together so fast and so easy, and it's so versatile because you could add vegetables to this as well.
Yeah.
If you wanted some onion, throw some onion in. If you want some grated carrots, throw some grated carrots in. It's very versatile.
Well, I also like this because I feel like I can do this while doing multiple other things too. Like I can make this while the kids are having their snack, then I can come back later and finish this out. So
absolutely.
I do really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I have a random question for you. I hate breaking up meat.
Okay.
Because I am one of those people that really wants it to be small. I don't like meatballs when I'm having a taco, right?
Yes, exactly.
Have you ever seen one of those meat crusher things, and do you think they're good? No. Okay. Why? Because it toughens up the beef?
Yeah, you're working the meat too much. With ground beef, it's a real problem, actually, with ground beef. And you'll be happy to know we have tips in 365 for how to work with ground beef to make the perfect burger, because it is an art.
It is an art. You don't want it to be too tough. You don't want a hockey puck.
Exactly. And the more you work ground beef, the tougher it gets.
Oh, my husband makes hockey pucks, y'all.
See,
He's like, do you want me to make burgers? I'm like, I got it. It's fine.
You don't want to do that. No.
He doesn't watch. Don't worry.
So if you'll see, I'm not crushing the meat when I do this. I'm actually, pardon this, but stabbing it.
Stabbing it, not crushing.
Exactly. I'm stabbing it with the wooden. Is this a spatula or spoon?
I mean, you're the chef.
Whatever it is. And I'm just breaking it up.
Okay.
Okay, because we want to keep it tender.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Now, we're going to add some Fresno chilies.
Fresno chilies.
Now, of course you can add less.
Okay.
Of course you can add more.
Okay.
All right.
And the Fresno chili is not a huge spice, right? It's more of a mild spice, right?
It's moderate. You could use jalapenos if you want to tame it a little bit.
Okay.
And you're just going to add...
Wait, Fresno chilies are spicier than jalapenos?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think I've realized
jalapenos, especially these days, aren't very spicy.
Yeah, oh, that's true. That's true. Have they bred the spice out of them?
Pretty much, yeah. It's kind of disappointing.
That's what you get from genetic farming.
All right, throw that in here.
All right,
there we go.
Let's see how I did. Okay.
All right. I'm going to crank this up a little bit, just to thicken it up and finish browning our meat.
Oh, that looks good.
Doesn't it look good? Oh, my gosh. So.
Oh, that's good. You know my grandma, by the way, she freezes ginger.
Oh, I do the same thing. It's brilliant. Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Absolutely.
So, like, because when I don't always cook with ginger, and then I'm like, oh, man, I need ginger. And sure enough, she's got like little bags of ginger all over in my freezer.
Well, and you know what? It's easier to grate when it's frozen because it's rock solid. And just get out your wand-style grater and just go like, it's perfect.
Oh, that is genius.
It almost becomes like ginger snow.
Oh, I love
Shave that over anything. Oh, my
Oh man, on a
so
cocktail?
good.
I mean, you know, because we're usually making cocktails together.
Oh, this is
I'm not
true,
thinking
you know.
about cocktails yet.
Oh, I am. I'm always thinking about cocktails.
Okay. Okay, so that looks like it's written really thick and juicy.
Yes, it's perfect. All right.
Okay.
I'm just going to give this a couple more seconds, and
Okay.
then we're going to add the magic ingredients, which of course are fresh herbs.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And now this is the important part. We're going to do the fresh herbs off heat.
Yes.
Because while we want to wilt them,
Yeah.
we want to draw out their flavor, we don't want to like overcook them. We don't want them to turn into mush.
Gotcha. Okay,
All right,
so that's
now
why you
we're
want to
gonna
make sure.
Turn that off.
Turn that off,
Yeah,
okay.
we're going to slide that off the heat because this is perfect now.
Okay.
We're going to add a whole bunch of cilantro. All right, if you're a cilantro hater, I guess you can leave it out. You could add parsley, but
Some
I
people don't love the cilantro. Like our director right now, he's cringing. But that's okay.
No.
Sorry, Andy.
More is better.
Okay.
And some fresh mint.
Ooh,
Okay.
mint. Okay.
Yeah, lots of fresh mint.
Okay.
There we go.
And I have to say, we've been talking a lot about fun hacks and things throughout this interview that we've been doing now, but like, let's talk about the book, because there's
Sure.
a lot of, this is one of the biggest books I've seen.
640 recipes.
640 recipes.
That's a lot.
What was the approach, and how do we best use this book?
Well, so Milk Street, I mean, what we do is we travel the world.
Yeah.
And we learn from cooks everywhere. Professional cooks, home cooks, you name it.
Yeah.
We sit in kitchens everywhere.
That
And we
is
get
lovely.
grandmas and professional chefs to teach us what they know, because they know so much better than we do.
Right, right.
And they teach us their tips and tricks for getting big, boldly flavored meals on the table fast. Now we come back, we translate it so that it's easy to do in an American home kitchen.
Yes.
And now you have 640 ideas. And we walk you through everything.
This is a tome.
From the basics.
I took
of
it. Sorry, Derek.
How to cook beans, how to cook pasta. But then we take you into these great meals. I mean, my favorite, oh my gosh, Korean fried chicken. Oh. You haven't lived until you've had the Korean fried chicken. But also simple stuff like the hummus from the Middle East. Oh my gosh,
You know
it's
what?
so good.
I will say, I was given a cookbook when I went off to college, but it was like a little bit beyond my skill. Like, why did you give me this book?
Right.
This is a perfect book to send someone with a college or a wedding gift.
Yes.
Not that, I mean, because like having a good cookbook, my grandma told me she has her cookbook from when she got married. She's fallen apart, but she still has it. She used it. It's what they
Those are
taught her
the
to
best
cook.
ones.
So this could be the thing that teaches someone to cook, and in
It's gonna
50
walk you through
years, it's an
everything.
heirloom.
Well, you know what? This is also the cooking of 2024.
Yeah.
You know, the cooking of our parents' generation, some of it's a little dated. This travels the world, and you can travel the world at your dinner table.
All right, well,
So-
you plate that. I'm going to try it because we're about out of time.
Yeah, jump in.
I'm going to jump in
this
here.
This is how you do it. Oh my gosh, look at that.
So easy.
So easy, so delicious. You top it with some sesame seeds and
healthy.
some scallions.
It's healthy. This is so good.
Isn't it good? It's so easy, so simple. Again, we did this in what, 5-6 minutes?
Yeah.
Dinner's on the table.
Dinner's on the table, and oh my gosh, you guys, this is so savory and delightful. You have to try this. And good news is, JM is kind enough to share his recipe for stir-fried beef with herbs. Easy peasy weeknight recipe. Just go to our website or text the word recipe to 206-448-4545, and we'll send it straight to your phone. Thank you, my friend.
you
It's
so
always
much.
great to have you in our kitchen.
The New Day Northwest Kitchen is brought to you by Safeway.